Hey YouTube, it's good news for people who like Darkmoon Greatsword invasions. That's right, it's Redeemed Jeff, he's back. Also, it's good news for people who enjoyed the playthrough of Redeemed Jeff as I was uploading it here on YouTube. If you've been watching those and enjoying them, you might be happy to know that I've been taking Redeemed Jeff and doing some new stuff with him. I went to the Halig tree, fighting bosses and stuff that I missed on the original playthrough, using fast travel, of course, now that we've beat the game and we've unlocked fast travel. I've also gone ahead and started leveling up Jeff a little bit. I left him off at level 90 with plus 25 weapons, which in Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, these are all Bloodborne. These are all natural progression points. You would probably, at some point, be level 90 and have a max level weapon. However, Elden Ring is a much bigger game with much more opportunity to get levels, and so 90 with plus 25 weapon is not really a natural progression point. So I've gone ahead and leveled him up to 100. Might level him up even further than that. Not sure yet, but it's been great fun. I've changed his spells around, and I have min-maxed the build a little bit to give him a little more endurance and talisman so that he can wear heavier armor, so that he's got a little more poise, so that he can make better trades, make trades with more weapons than he was able to do originally. I've decreased the mind stat because it got a buff recently, and so you get more for it than you did originally. And on top of that, they buffed the Darkmoon Greatsword, so now it takes less FP to buff the sword than it used to. When I had 19 mind on this character, I could buff the Darkmoon Greatsword twice with 19 mind. Now, with less than that, I think it's like 12 or 14, something like that, I can buff it 3 times. So it really did get a significant buff in that regard. So there you can see the stats, level 100, and the Wondrous physic that we are using gives us an increase to magic damage and poise for about 10 seconds, I think. We get the leaden hard tier, gives us basically unbreakable poise for about 10 seconds. So the poise wizard, as it were, a little more efficient. And we're using collapsing stars to get people where we want them. Also, we can do some funny stuff and drag people off of ledges and into bottomless pits, and that's funny. However, the laser beam. We have to talk about this laser beam. It was never my intention. I love the laser beam in Dark Souls 1, it's very good. I love the laser beam in Bloodborne, it's pretty good. Dark Souls 2, it's pretty good. Dark Souls 3, it was pretty bad. So I'm glad that it's back to being better than it was. However, it was never something that one-shot anybody. And the reason it never one-shot anybody is because by the time I played Dark Souls 1, by the time I played Bloodborne, by the time I played Dark Souls 2, people knew how to make builds, and as a result of knowing how to make a build, they knew that you needed hit points, you needed health, you needed vigor, or vitality, depending on which game you were playing. And so the laser never one-shot anybody. Now, this laser is good, it's meant to be good, I'm glad that it's good. However, I never intended to make this one-shot build with the Darkmoon Greatsword. And as you can see, against an armored opponent, it does about 976 damage. That shouldn't be enough to one-shot anyone at all, ever. However, we're playing Elden Ring, where no one levels vigor, and so we now find ourselves one-shotting people far more often than I would like or ever anticipate. For example, we have Xavier here. Hi everybody, my name's Xavier and welcome to Jackass. Why would you do this? You have 728 hit points. You have to stop. You have to stop. Saying I hate that Bloodhound stamp. I hate that Bloodhound stamp. I hate that. I wish they'd nerf that Bloodhound stamp. Be that as it may, I don't know. Are they gonna nerf it? Are they not gonna nerf it? Who can say? All I can say is this guy's using Bloodhound Step, and he has literally less hit points than you can have. You cannot have 274 hit points. It is not possible. You do not start with that little HP. That person literally never leveled HP, vigor, they never leveled it up, and then on top of that, they put on a talisman that lowered their maximum hit points so that they could cast more spells. What is happening? What is happening? And I'm the crazy one. You people are like, oh, Saint's crazy. He makes that voice. That's crazy. When you make a voice, it's crazy. No, I'm not the crazy one. People running around playing Elden Ring with 274 hit points are certifiably insane. They are completely out of every part of their entire damn mind is what's happening here. Here's a great invasion. Here's an invasion where people had hit points. People hit me. I hit them back. Nobody got one shot by a laser. Very good invasion. It was awesome. I hope you enjoy it. I also hope that you just enjoy the return of Redeemed Jeff in general. I love the Moonlight Greatsword in these games. It's always one of my favorite builds to make. You'll notice I have a weird hat. I found myself a nice weird hat. It's pretty cool. I like it. It looks nice. It looks good. It's got the Misfits Devil Lock on it. And then on top of that, it's got two weird goat horns, which is pretty cool and reminiscent of another hat that I wore with the Moonlight Greatsword on a build one time back in Dark Souls 2. As well as a cool face that is crying bloody tears because that's edgy. And you're like, oh, Saint, that's edgy. I like edgy. I just happen to be an edge enjoyer. I hope that you too are an edge enjoyer, or at least open enough to the idea of edge that you are willing to accept that this is what's happened. I'm also using Eternal Darkness, which eats up people's spells, so I don't have to worry about dodging spells so much. Apparently it doesn't grab that lightning. I didn't know, but now we do. That's how you figure things out. You test. R1. Powerful, powerful R1s. Doing plenty of damage. This guy has a magic bubble. I would like to remember to put throwing knives on all of my builds just for these magic bubbles because, one crystal throwing knife on this build, for example, would be great at getting rid of that bubble. Physical builds, quality builds, dex builds, strength builds, they could all use just regular throwing knives. Just any kind of throwing knife will do the job, get rid of that bubble, and that's, one less thing that you have to worry about because that's going to eat an entire hit. And my phone just vibrated. I hope that you didn't hear it, but if you did, that's what it was. It was not your phone, it was my phone, and I'm just letting you know. So anyway, back to this invasion. We're chasing this guy, having a good time, having a pretty good fight. He doesn't know what to do. He's thinking about resummoning maybe. Maybe he's thinking about just trying to stay alive. I'm not sure what exactly he's got going on. I'm just going to take a sip of Estus and watch this, my friends. That is 1,141 damage on a backstab with the Darkmoon Greatsword. We are back, baby. We love to do 1,100 damage with a backstab with the Darkmoon Greatsword. That's Dark Souls 1 levels of backstab damage. And that is slick. That is slick. I like it. I enjoy it. Rivers of Blood. I have enough poise that I can get through Rivers of Blood. I can just swing into it. And most people probably do not have enough poise to get through my Greatsword when it's two-handed, like so. And as a result, I'm able to make trades with Rivers of Blood, and that rules. However, you'll notice I did get knocked out right there because spells still do poise damage. Just something to consider. You're still going to take poise damage from spells. So even if you make, a build with the break point in mind of I would like to be able to poise through power stanced straight swords. I would like to be able to poise through katana. Keep in mind that if you get hit by literally anything else, your poise is going to break. However, I didn't get hit by anything else there. My poise didn't break. That person ate a laser, and they died about it. And so did that guy. Here comes another guy. What's he going to do? Well, he's going to get hit is what he's going to do, and then he's going to get shot by a laser, and he's going to die about it. That's what he's going to do. This guy comes in too. He thinks he can do something, shot by a laser, and dies about it. Then we're using collapsing stars. I love the gravity magic. I love being able to grab people, pull them off of ledges, pull them off of rooftops, pull them into bottomless pits, things like this. That's why I have the spell. That's why I use it. I don't use any other spells with Poise Wizard, and it's lore appropriate. He's Poise Wizard, right? He has his own mass. He draws things in. It's called gravity. That's what poise is. Gravity is just the Earth's poise. Now, bet you didn't think of that. Here's another thing you didn't think of. 55 intelligence. Why 55 intelligence? Well, I'll tell you. I think at 50, that's when the soft cap hits, and that's when my damage kind of whatevers falls off. That's where it becomes less good to, invest levels into it. However, in other games, the laser beam on the Moonlight Greatsword did benefit from going over the soft cap, and so that's why I've gone over the soft cap. There's a parry, nice little riposte after a pirouette and spin. That's the build, that's the video, you've watched it. Thanks, I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, don't forget, and I'll see you next time. Until then, later y'all. Wow, I just did that. I talked that's YouTube voice. I did the YouTube voice the whole time I did it.